Now let's investigate why the lady has plans. Starring Rita Hayworth as Sidney Royce and William Powell as Ken Harper.
Hello, Scuzzy. This is Baker. Listen, I've got those plans. Yeah, we've got a guy making a copy of them right now. Where? You're going to be surprised.
It's October of 1941. Long after the musty loft buildings of the warehouse district have been locked for the night and the cats have come to prowl, a solitary light burns in a draftsman's office. The old draftsman, working at his drawing board, trembles as he figures with triangle and pen. For this is no ordinary assignment. He is copying plans for a blueprint, copying them with invisible ink on the back and shoulders of a beautiful woman.
Ouch! Be careful, will you?
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm not used to this sort of thing.
It shouldn't bother you at your age. Have you got much more to do?
No, ma'am.
Hello, Baker.
What's taking so long?
Oh, Rembrandt here likes his work. Take a look at it, will you? It feels like he's been playing tic-tac-toe.
Yeah, very good.
Well, it's finished.
Yeah, very good. Is it dry?
Yes, sir.
Wipe it off with this stuff. Here's a sponge.
Oh, yes. Yes, sir.
You sure that invisible ink is waterproof, Baker?
I've tested it. Hand me those plans.
Yes, sir.
You have any idea what these plans are?
I don't know. It seems to be a torpedo.
Smart fellow, Margot. Very bright.
He gets $100, Baker. Will you take care of him?
$100, huh?
Yes, sir, but I don't...
That's all right. You've done a fine job. I think you're entitled to a bonus, just so you won't remember too much. All right, Margot. So far, so good. Now, here's your ticket to Lisbon on tomorrow's Clipper.
I take the space assigned to Miss Sidney Royce. Is that right?
That's right. And here's your passport issued in her name.
Say, just what's to keep Sidney Royce from going over herself?
That's Joe Scalzi's job. He calls for Miss Royce tomorrow in a limousine, just before plane time. He tells her he's from Pan American Airways, but on the way to the airport, he gets lost with her. It's very simple.
She never even gets to the airport.
Right. Now, look, when you get to Lisbon, go to the Hotel Bella Vista. Your trunk should be there now. By the time you arrive, the Nazi and British agents will be informed that a Miss Royce who's stopping there has some very important plans drawn on her back.
And they're for sale to the highest bidder.
That's the idea. Once again now, just to refresh your memory. This Sidney Royce, what's her line?
Miss Royce is from the United Broadcasting Company, going over to assist a man named Kenneth Harper.
He's in Lisbon now.
Yes, foreign correspondent. On the air from Lisbon every week.
Good.
Say, has he ever seen the Royce girl?
No, he won't know anything about her until you get there. Good luck, Margot.
Good luck. See you in Lisbon.
See you in Lisbon.
Briefly, the situation here in Lisbon on this morning of October 14th, 1941, is just as confused and uncertain as ever. And well-informed sources are as completely uninformed as always. This is Kenneth Harper returning you to the United Broadcasting Studios in New York.
We can turn it off now.
Kenneth Harper, our correspondent.
Well, Sidney, that was your new boss.
But not for long, I'm afraid, Mr. Weston. How many reporters have you sent over there to work for him?
Well, you'll be the fifth, Sidney.
And he bounced the others back like ping-pong balls.
I'll admit Ken's a little difficult. That's why we decided to send you. Perhaps he needs a woman's touch. Got everything packed, Sidney?
I hope so. Oh, by the way, does Harper know that you're sending a female this time?
Oh, no. He probably wouldn't like it.
Look, Mr. Weston, I need this job pretty badly. But I don't want to make this trip just to see how the Statue of Liberty looks from the other side.
Oh, come now, Sidney. Harper must have a kind streak somewhere. All you've got to do is find it.
Well, it'll be like Stanley looking for Livingston, but I'm afraid I'll have to take a crack at it.
Good girl.
Hello? Yes, this is Miss Royce speaking. Oh, but I just... Well, isn't he a little early? Well, wait a minute.
What's the matter?
Well, I guess I'm on my way. The Pan American limousine is waiting to take me to the airport.
But I've got a taxi downstairs. I wanted to talk to you on the way out.
You know, it's funny. I told them this morning I wouldn't need the limousine.
Tell him to forget it.
Hello? Never mind the limousine. I'm taking a taxi. Hello? Hello, Baker?
Who is it?
This is Margot. Listen, the whole thing's gone wrong.
What happened? Why aren't you on that Clipper?
Listen, she never got in that limousine. She took a cab. She's on her way now.
Well, stop her. Stop her.
Don't be a fool, Baker. How can I stop her now? She'll be at the airport in 10 minutes.
All right. Get over here quick. I want to see you.
But look, those agents in Lisbon. They'll contact the real Sidney Royce.
What if they do? She doesn't know anything. Won't make any difference to us.
Maybe, but I have a feeling it's going to make plenty of difference to her.
We're coming into Lisbon. Fasten your safety belts, please. We're landing. Landing. Fasten your safety belts, please.
Oh, clerk,
Oh, good morning. What can I do for you, Mr. Harper?
I just want to know if Sidney Royce has arrived yet.
Yes, this morning on the Clipper, Mr. Harper. In suite number 3.
A suite? You mean room number 3, don't you?
Oh, no, sir. A suite. I was given special instructions.
Okay. Come on, Frank. Suite number 3.
What goes, Ken?
I don't know. This Royce guy must be the boss's nephew. No mere reporter could afford to live in a suite at this Shangri-La.
If I were Royce, I wouldn't send my laundry out. You'd probably ship him back as fast as the others.
Yeah, faster. I want a man who knows the newspaper game, not some college kid fresh off the assembly line. Well, come on up and meet him.
Oh, thanks. I'll come in tomorrow and see him off.
All right.
So long.
See you at the office.
Just a minute. Yes, what is it?
Oh, excuse me. I'm looking for Sidney Royce. Is this his suite?
Yes, this is Sidney Royce's suite.
Oh. Well, will you tell him Kenneth Harper is here?
Oh, come in.
Thanks.
I was just going to call you, Mr. Harper.
Were you? I didn't know Royce was bringing his secretary along.
Oh, I'm not his secretary. I'm him.
I beg your pardon?
I'm Royce.
Sidney Royce?
Yes. You know, Mr. Weston said you'd be surprised.
Oh, he did, eh? Well, chalk one up for Mr. Weston.
Mr. Harper, this suite is lovely, but isn't it rather expensive?
I wouldn't know, is it?
Well, you should know. You're paying for it.
Yeah? And where did you get that piece of news?
Well, aren't you?
Not unless I've suddenly lost my mind.
Well, but I don't understand. This apartment and all those clothes.
Clothes? What clothes?
Well, these trunks, they're full of gowns and furs.
Are they yours?
Well, the bellhop says so, but I didn't bring them. Well, I thought perhaps you might have...
Look, I don't know what you heard about me, Miss Royce, but I don't go in for this sort of thing.
Oh, then it must be Mr. Weston.
Weston, well, you never can tell. You never know, do you?
Now, just a moment. What are you insinuating?
All I know is there's something balled up here. I wanted someone to run around and dig up news. I wanted a leg man.
But I'm your leg man.
I mean a leg with pants on it.
I've had a lot of newspaper experience, Mr. Harper. And besides, Mr. Weston said this job could use a woman's touch.
Mr. Weston, Well, maybe it's worth trying.
But you're not very happy about it.
Oh, frankly, I'm not.
Oh, by the way, there were 2 messages for me when I arrived. Here they are. Ronnie Dean and Baron von Kemp.
Well, the boys are flocking around already, huh?
What do you mean by that?
Well, I know Ronnie Dean.
Oh, really? What does he do?
Well, in his working hours, he's connected with the British Embassy.
And the Baron von Kemp?
The Baron is a Nazi hotshot. A bad taste in leaders, but an excellent eye for ladies.
But why did they both leave messages for me?
Miss Royce, I wouldn't even guess. Unless you dare me to.
Mr. Harper, I'm here on a job. I wish you'd understand that. And you said yourself it might be worth a try.
All right, you can't do any worse than the others. See these gentlemen, get chummy with them. They might let fall a couple of news items. If they do, you can reach me at the office.
Oh, yeah, but wait a minute. I don't even know what they look like. How do I get to meet them?
Just open your door and watch out you don't get trampled in the rush.